Welcome to week 2 of my keto cut. I will give you all of the stats, but if you are watching this series, it is a continuation of my keto week 1 cut, and I'll have that in the description box if you want to catch up, figure out what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and all the scientific information, as well as all the personal goals and information as well. So I just did my once a week personal training session with Jonathan Kowalski. His information is in the description box. You can always watch our weekly workouts every week here on this channel as well. And I am fasting until 2 p.m.-ish, and then I get to break my fast with my delicious Real Goods breakfast sandwich. And then I have to measure out my Cobb salad for lunch. And then for dinner tonight, I forgot what I said I was gonna eat for dinner. Oh, I was gonna have my little salsa mix that I love and a piece of chocolate. So I might save my lunch for more closer to dinner time. But anyways, feeling good, not super hungry just yet because I did have coffee before my workout with 1 tablespoon of coconut cream. And I might have another coffee during my podcast interview, but we'll see how hungry I get, because I typically like to stop eating around 7, at the latest 8, but yesterday it was more like 9:30, which is why I'm not able to eat until late afternoon. But we'll see how this goes with my new macros and calories. So I came home and I had my Cobb salad, but I forgot that I had planned out a ton of snacks today. So I'm now sitting here trying to eat all of my snacks in the next like 40 minutes so that I can fast tomorrow. But yeah, first I was like, oh, I didn't get a lot of food today. I just realized I didn't scroll. Update on day 2 of my second week of my keto cut. I ate all my food thinking I had a piece of chocolate at the end. I didn't count it.
Very depressed, upset.
I have to go work out now. So I'm gonna try working out, and then I'm also fasting till tomorrow. We have like a long day tomorrow, so I planned a meal and a coffee out of the house, knowing that there's just no way I was gonna break my fast without eating out. So I'm excited. I'm getting a In-N-Out double cheeseburger protein style.
Your fave.
Yes, and then I'm gonna get a cold brew with heavy cream, and that's like a treat. And we're having that on our podcast in person with Greener Way Organics. Very excited. I'm actually really excited about some of their products. I just tested this one out. It's the 2-in-1 hand and surface organic cleaner. This is perfect for mommies and daddies out there. This bug repellent and SPF. You guys know I am highly allergic to mosquito bites, but yet mosquitoes just freaking love me. So they have some mosquito repellent. So today's Wednesday, and because we had a long day out and I knew I wasn't gonna be able to break my fast before we left the house, I planned out what I was gonna break my fast with, knowing that no matter where we were, if I wasn't familiar with the area, there would be an In-N-Out and a Starbucks. So I broke my fast just at 18 hours, and that's 2 more hours than my goal is. My goal is 16-17 hours. At minimum 16 hours. So I did a little over 18 hours just because I was working and on location, and then we found the nearest In-N-Out. I got a double cheeseburger protein style, no onions, no tomatoes, and that was what I broke my fast with. And then I got a cold brew with heavy cream, and I bring my own monk fruit. I actually just keep it in the car. So that was what I broke my fast with, and it was also what I essentially had lunch. Feeling really hungry, so I'm actually going to have my snack, which is typically my like before bed snack. And what I do is I get whipped cream cheese and some home style salsa and blend it all together. It's like a fat protein bomb. And then 4505 classic pork rinds, which is high in protein and also has certain enzymes, which is great for those of us on ketogenic diets. Is not something I recommend getting generically. I definitely think quality matters when it comes to pork rinds for making sure you get those enzymes and making sure that it's sustainably raised and ethically sourced and farmed. And then I'm about to take my supplements. I'm starting to feel a little off, and I realize it's because I've been out all day and I didn't take my supplements yet. So same Ritual vitamins, prenatal ashwagandha capsules. I have my ginger magnesium, and this is what's different from last week. I have the new Queen V probiotic. I like this because it doesn't have to be refrigerated, so I'll remember to take it for once. That's always a challenge with me. So it's also really affordable, which I like. Taking 2 Plant People Be Calm. This has ashwagandha and CBD. The reason is I ran out of Mondo this morning. We're gonna pick some more up tonight. And both Chris and I take Mondo every morning in our coffee. But when we don't have Mondo, when we try other CBD, which we also recommend, it's just not the same. This just keeps my anxiety, stress, and depression at bay. Mondo does. And then usually if I'm really anxious, I'll add other CBD products. But for whatever reason, nothing compares to my Mondo when it comes to helping me with my stress, anxiety, and depression. And I definitely can feel it because this is day 2 that I haven't had my Mondo. So I'm putting all that back. I'm gonna take this with some water and eat my snack. So it's 6 p.m. I'm really hungry, and I was actually messaging with Samantha trying to figure out why I was so hungry today, which hasn't happened in the 2-week cut period. And it's because she was talking about how the double protein style I had at In-N-Out, she's experienced the same thing, where even though calorie-wise, macro-wise, it fits within our plan, for whatever reason, we metabolize In-N-Out protein style burgers way faster than normal food. So I'm actually eating my dinner early, but that's okay because maybe I can start fasting earlier. I just think I'm hungry, so I'm gonna eat. And then she also did say, like, if I'm really hungry, just eat, like, don't starve, which I agree with. But I also have Jell-O that I made that's sugar-free, that's just protein essentially, that maybe I'll have a little bit before I go work out. And if I'm really hungry, I'll just make another meal. But I'm making my dinner right now, which was ground beef, 1 egg, some onions, and 2 pieces of bacon. Actually, that's only 1 piece. I think I can have more bacon. Yeah, I can have more bacon. Finishing up week 2 of my keto cut. At the end of week 3, this coming week, I will be doing a cheat meal. I'm so excited. We discussed this before going into my cut, that I do get 1 cheat meal to kind of just like have me have something like excited to look forward to. Here are the guidelines for my cheat meal because I wanted to make sure I don't go too crazy. And Samantha talks about cheat meals a lot over on her Insta stories, but also we talk about it together, and how cheat meals can really negate everything that you've been working towards, or specifically a cheat day. And if you have them too frequently, it really does stall your progress or keep you at stasis. For my cheat meal, this is what she replied. The cheat meal, not a day. Pick a place that you love and order whatever you want, but be sure the rest of your day is lower calories. Her method is honestly fasting until the cheat meal, but she understands that it isn't feasible for a lot of people. She also recommends fasting the day after, which tends to be easier because you're full a lot. Fasting until the meal is easier if you eat a larger meal before bed the day before, but if you don't think that's possible, or if something you prefer not to do, then just try to keep the rest of the day low cal as possible to offset your cheat meal. Drink a lot of water after the cheat meal, and don't track that day, and get right back on track. So I'm gonna plan this out for probably either Thursday or Friday of this coming week for my cheat, and I will of course document it for you guys. Let me just share with you some of my results, and I will show my photos because I just don't think that just by inches and weight you're gonna see the results that I'm seeing in my photos. Chris actually made a chart, which I will have up on the screen right now, and he's going to continue to make the chart because the chart helps me visually see how far I've come, because day to day I don't necessarily notice a difference, and I don't like weighing myself every single day because depending on how much water I drink, depending on how much sodium I had, like it can change. Before all of this, I was at 146 pounds. My weight after 2 weeks of being on a ketogenic diet was about 144 pounds, and last week I was at 142 pounds. This week I'm at 141.6, so I've lost an additional half a pound essentially. My waist is now 28.5 inches. Just so you guys know, I started at 32 inches. My lower belly is now 34.5 inches, and my starting was 37.5 inches. My left thigh is now 23 inches and my starting is 23.5 inches. So I'm not losing a ton on my thigh. I would really like my thigh to get a little bit smaller, but a lot of it really is muscle there. So, you know, everywhere else I'm losing, so I think my thigh is just gonna take a lot longer. My upper left arm is 11 inches and my starting was 13 inches. So I've lost a 2 full inch of my arm, which is really, really good for me. My arms are also kind of the areas that I hold weight. And then under boob, which is just like literally right under my boobs, is now 29 inches, and starting I was at 31.5 inches. I don't expect my under boob to shrink any further because I'm pretty sure that's just my rib cage size. I would really love to target my lower belly. That's my trouble area. That's where I'm holding a lot right now, as well as my thighs and my arms. I'm not that concerned because I look more toned in my photos, so I'm pretty happy. I think the results are showing in photos more than anything, and while I set out with my goal weight being 135 pounds, 130 pounds, that's my ideal weight, I might not achieve that, and that's okay as long as I continue to see change in my photos and my body mass, like seeing more definition versus like looseness. My upcoming stats for my diet for week 3 is going to be 1438 in calories, protein 83 grams, carbs 20 net and 40 total, which I don't think I'm gonna have an issue with because I've been staying under that anyways. Fat is 114 grams. For lowering my protein, I get more fat, which I enjoy anyways, and my carbs total we're lowering by 10 grams, which I'm fine with based on what I typically eat. Samantha did ask me to change up my foods because I've been eating nothing but Cobb salads, breakfast sandwiches from Real Goods, pizzas from Real Goods, as well as I think my cream cheese salsa dip with pork rinds. So that, I don't think I'm gonna change my pork rinds and cream cheese salsa because it's like something I look forward to at the end of my day. It's honestly getting me through a lot of temptation at events, going out on the weekends. Going out on the weekends is probably the hardest thing. Even though I plan out my foods and I plan out like, oh, I'm gonna have a Starbucks as a treat over the weekend, it's very hard because when we're out and about, I just constantly am seeing food. So much of my social life revolves around food before this in a negative way. Not that like we were enjoying a meal together. It was more like, oh, what are we doing? We're walking around. Let me get an ice cream cone to walk around. Let me get some French fries. Let me just snack. Like I was constantly mindlessly eating empty calories and or sugar. It was so ingrained in like me browsing or wandering around or boredom. So I'm noticing the biggest takeaway from this cut is forcing me to not emotionally eat out of boredom, or eat out of just pure want of taste bud pleasure, or I call mouth pleasure. So those are some triggers I'm noticing, and one of the things that if you guys plan on doing any sort of like cut or restriction like this, is that I truly look forward to my end of the day snack, or I count as dinner depending on my day, is my cream cheese salsa and pork rinds and a little piece of Lily's sea salt and almond chocolate. I can remind myself in those moments of temptation that I have this waiting for me at home and it's not worth it. So that's something that I definitely would recommend you guys do, or that I'm going to continue doing because it's helping me stay strong through those tempting moments. We're going out tonight and I planned out going out with friends, and they've been very accommodating in letting me go to a place that I know exactly what I can order and what the nutritional value is, and I planned the rest of my day around eating out with friends. I do think that it can be a little challenging if you have a very active social life to resist temptation, but I also think that if you have friends and family members that support you, that they will understand and accommodate by planning ahead in terms of restaurants and activities. So we're going roller skating and we're going to eat at Cheesecake Factory. I'm gonna get a Cobb salad with no tomatoes and eat half of it, split it with Chris. Will be my going out meal. Very much looking forward to week 3 because at the end I'm going to be having a cheat. It'll be interesting to see how I recover from the cheat and maybe what happens when I cheat, emotionally, mentally, physically. So that will be in next week's vlog. Chris and I are also going to be vlogging our weekend because we went yesterday to Beverly Hills and checked out the Louis Vuitton exhibit, which is free, and we tried to do some other free things around town. We're just trying to be more like active and leave the house more. So today we're hanging out with friends, we're gonna go roller skating, we're gonna go out to dinner. So check out that vlog on my main channel. I do weekly low buy, what I did in a week, what I spent in a week vlogs over on Serein Woo. And then this channel is just kind of like our other stuff. Thanks for watching, kind of what's going on for week 2. I hope you're enjoying this series, and I will be back with a new workout video, as well as Chris and I did some shopping tips at Costco. So make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. Come say hi in the comments. Bye.